Well, hot dog, howdy, y'all. These sharp cowboy teachers are back here again. This time with my NFL predictions, week 1 of 17. So, I'm gonna keep track of my records as I go on. Obviously, we'll go weekly videos. Don't expect the views to be the best, but hey, it's all in good fun. Um, I'll try and go quick. I won't go into too much detail because, for the most part, at least when I watch predictions, I'll just kind of like skim through to my team and see all the picks. So I'll try and keep it nice, quick, short, and sweet. But with that being said, let's hop straight into this. So, game 1, the defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs take on the Houston Texans. Now, Texans kept Bill O'Brien. Good job, Texans. Really good job with that, keeping him. And Patrick Mahomes, the richest athlete in the world, with what, $505 million deal. That's insane. Um, but it's going to be a good game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but it will be a good game. The Kansas City defense raises some question marks. But getting Brandon Cooks helps Houston, I think. Overall, it's going to. I got to take the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes and that Chiefs offense is going to come in and be a bit much for Houston, and they will win game 1. All right, so we're just going to go down the list and save the Monday nights and the Sunday night games for last, like normal. Jets at Bills. Buffalo, I think, is definitely the favorite to win this year, from what I've seen. But if I had to choose this game, it's always going to be Buffalo. Jets are still weak. They still raise a lot of question marks for me. They're going to be one. I think they'll finish probably last in this division this year. But I definitely see Buffalo getting a good, strong week 1 victory. All right, so Colts at Jacksonville. Jacksonville raises question marks for me again. They have the legendary mustache Gardner Minshew back there, taking on Indy, who I think is going to be pretty solid this year. They got Philip Rivers, so they'll have the veteran leadership, I suppose. Rivers had a very sloppy year. I'm not sure if I'm pretty sure he'd be the starter. I'm not 1,000% sure, though, to be totally honest. But I do think Indy will take the win over Jacksonville. Next one, which is I think going to be a hell of a game. Cam Newton and the New England Patriots taking on Tua and the Miami Dolphins. I'm not sure if it'll be Tua or Fitzpatrick starting. I'm still not 100% certain because I heard Fitzpatrick should get the start or might get the start. Either way, though, it is in New England, and I gotta go New England. I know they had a lot of dropouts on their defense, but I still think it's in New England, home field advantage for them. I think they'll take that one. Cam Newton will have a pretty solid game 1 with them. Miami, I think they'll need a couple games to mesh together, in my opinion. But Miami could easily take that. So take that one for a grain of salt. That one can go either way. Cleveland at Baltimore. Last year, this is a game Cleveland won. Cleveland did take that game. But I think Baltimore will be off the flying colors, and they will win that game for sure. Cleveland will keep it close, though. It's going to be a good game. Don't get me wrong. Cleveland will keep it close, but Baltimore will win. I say around 7 or 10. But a close 7-10. Not like it's been dominant, if that makes sense. Alright, so let's go ahead and move to the... We'll come back to the primetime games. The Raiders at Panthers. Las Vegas Raiders, which still is very weird to say, especially being in California, where I'm so used to Oakland, and now they're gone. But I do think the Raiders will take this one. Carolina, I think, is going to look really sloppy. Their entire offense is Christian McCaffrey. If you slow him down, you're not going to stop him. There's no way you stop him. But if you slow him down, I think you'll win. And I do think the Raiders will take this game. Carolina is really weak to me. And this is going to be a rebuilding year for them. So let's move to the Battle of the Birds, the Seahawks and the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta, really horrible through the first half of the season, and then they played to their talent level in the second half. Seattle, which is Seattle, Russell Wilson carries that team. I do think Seattle wins this one. Seattle's going to be very dominant. The NFC West, I believe it is going to be the closest division this year, I think. You got the Seahawks, the Niners, Cardinals are up and coming. The Rams could still do it. They have some very talented players, of course. We'll see how that goes. Next, you have the Redskins at the Washington football team, which is hideous, atrocious. As much as I hate to pick the Eagles, being a Cowboy fan, the Eagles will win this one. They're definitely the better team. And the Washington football team is going to struggle and lose that game. Bears at Lions. Now, this is going to be a really good one. Trubisky is going to be the starter, who's super, super, super average at best, I think. Matthew Stafford's healthy, which is going to be huge for Detroit. It's going to be a hell of a game. One of the better games of the week, but I'm going to edge out Detroit. I just think they're going to take it out. I just don't trust the Chicago offense. They have a good defense, but I think Stafford coming back on home is that big push to get Detroit off to a good start. Next one, Packers at Vikings, which is another going to be a really good game. Rodgers, Cousins, very entertaining game. So I'm gonna have to take Minnesota. It's in Minnesota. I think they just edge it out over Green Bay, and what is going to be a hell of a game. All right, so we'll go back. Chargers at Bengals. I don't know. You got Justin Herbert, I believe, and then taking on, Joe Burrow? He had some bad injuries. The safety got injured. I can't remember his name at the moment, but that was a huge loss for them. Bengals, who were really weak last year. I think they'll be a little bit better. I'm going to give it to the Chargers, though. I feel like I just got to have the Bengals prove to me first that they're going to be better. Chargers, they don't have Rivers anymore, who's really, he was pretty bad last year. So I'm going to trust the Chargers to win this one, but not by much. That game was a toss-up game to me, so you can go either way. Moving to the Cardinals at 49ers, and what's going to be just a terrific game. Cardinals had a good, very solid draft. Getting DeAndre Hopkins and getting a contract extension with him was great. Him and Fitzgerald are going to work really well together with Kyler Murray. Niners have some injuries going into this year, so that's going to hurt them. But I honestly think Cardinals somehow pull this off. But this one I also think is a 50-50. Can go either way. Week one's a hard week to predict because you never know how teams are going to come out. But this one could go either way. But I'm going to give it to the Cardinals mainly because the Niners are a bit injured coming into this year. I just feel like the Cardinals are just going to come out in a huge way and make you a good impression. Next, you have the Buccaneers at Saints, and what's going to be a huge game, especially even though it's week one. I think this game will come back down later in the season for who gets first place. I think it's down between the Buccaneers and Saints. Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski's with the Buccaneers now. Saints are still a very solid team. Though Tom Brady is out of his prime, he was nowhere near as good as he has been in the past. You could tell last year. But I do think Saints take this one out home. It's going to be a heck of a game, don't get me wrong. It could go either way, but I do think Saints barely edge out. Next up, my favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys, taking on the Los Angeles Rams in the new stadium with no fans. Lovely. Even though if there were fans, I'm guaranteed there would have been more Cowboy fans because the Rams and Chargers, their fan bases aren't as strong. Both that being said, Cowboys, great, with I think a very good draft. They got Brandon Carr back, Clinton Dix to help out that secondary. They got a lot. They lost Byron Jones, which sucks. They got a very, very good depth in the front seven for the defense, especially if they can stay healthy. And with CeeDee Lamb and stuff, it's going to be just such a fun matchup. Rams, they were on the down last year. I don't think they're going to start off strong. I think they're going to be the weakest one in the division. So I'm going to take the Cowboys in that offense to fly right through LA. On to the Monday night games. Tennessee at Denver. And then, no, I think the Pittsburgh wins first. Pittsburgh and Giants, so we'll go that one first. Steelers gets Big Ben back. They're healthy. Their defense is really good. Taking on a Giants team who I would say their draft was all right. Danny Dimes taking on Big Ben. And I think it's going to be a good game, but I'm going to say Steelers edge it out. That defense will shut down the Giants. And I think they will slow down Saquon Barkley just enough. And then the last game, the Titans at Broncos, which I think is going to be an okay game. It's in Denver, but losing Von Miller recently for the season is a huge blow to that team. Drew Lock, it's up to him. If he does good, the Broncos will do good. If he does bad, well, the Broncos season's done. Tennessee, they're going to be really good. They got Jadeveon Clowney, I know, recently. They still got Tannehill, Derrick Henry, who's just really, really good. That team's really good. Tennessee's going to win this one. And I think they're going to win it convincingly. So, but that is my week 1 predictions. Let me know what you thought. And in the end, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you for week 2. Let me know what you guys put, or which picks you agree with, disagree with. Be respectful, of course, in the comments. With that said, thank you for tuning in to week 1. I hope to see you in week 2. Peace out.